Welcome to Graffiti Royale's Guide to Life, a podcast where the three of us talk about new music releases, what's going on in the industry, life hacks, and everything in between. Follow our band on all streaming sites and social media. Just search Graffiti Royale. And now, on to the episode.
There's days where I'm like, I want to wear this tight shirt today with these big pants.
Dude, I got big pants. I was telling Tyler I got big pants.
Yeah, tell the story.
Sunji wanted to go to Madewell, you know that company? They were doing like a discount on jeans, and we went over there. And I was like, I want to get some cool pants. And I got these super fucking wide pants.
Ooh, fire.
Like I'm talking about like this wide down the legs.
Fire.
And in the dressing room, I was like, okay, like maybe this is my look, you know? Like maybe I'm going to venture out this year or something. And I got them, and then I go back home, and I put them on and walk around the apartment. I was like, I look like a paper boy from like the 1950s. I'm like, that doesn't match the rest of my wardrobe. Right. So it just looks out of place. Like there's no way that I could rock that.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Chilling, man.
What up?
Episode 2 of Graffiti Royale's Guide to Life, off and running. I'm super excited for this. Tyler, aka Creature in the Woods. With me, we have AG, Quez Dreamer. We got a fun episode today. And to start things off, did you guys see The Sphere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any videos of that U2 show on September 29th?
Insane, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that shit's
insane.
crazy.
Changing the game forever. I think.
Big time.
Yeah. I read that the amount of electricity that it takes to power that thing is like equivalent to 8,000 homes.
Wow.
I feel like Vegas in general is just sucking so much energy.
Dude, yeah. Dude, it is. Have you guys been through Vegas and seen it yet?
No.
Like when I was going to LA 2 weeks ago, that was like the one thing that stuck out. Like seeing, because that was my first time going to Vegas, seeing the skyline, like driving in. Mm-hmm. And that sphere was just so cool. Like that was the only thing that I wanted to go see.
Yeah. It's incredible, man. Like inside and out. Some of those images from, like I saw Diplo posted a video of him at the show. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, is he at Red Rocks or something? It's like, no, he's inside. It's like an IMAX theater. Like
it is,
you know,
it is next fucking level, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the new like dream venue to play?
Dude, big time. Hell yeah.
That or Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Madison Square Garden still like holds that top, you know. That top spot. It's such a legendary spot that you have to graze as a musician. You have to like touch that stage. But the Sphere is crazy. It's like, you know, the opportunities you have to create an actual show there. It's not just like a band playing, but like the effects and the art behind it is crazy. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Right.
I think MSG is like, they're part of the same group, which is pretty cool too. So
are they?
Like two iconic venues. Yeah.
Wow.
What do you mean the same group? The same owners kind of shit?
I think they have similar owners. Yeah, I don't know the exact like ownership structure, but I think like the group that worked on MSG and that like works on it continuously is now working also on
Gotcha.
Sphere.
Okay,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw this video of does sharing work on the pod, Ty?
It should. Yeah, there's a little share button at the bottom.
I was just gonna try this real quick. Can you guys see it or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And like right here too.
Dude, that's wild. Damn.
Yeah, that's just
it's such a good song too, man.
Mm-hmm. But it also like it kind of takes the focus away from the band, which is kind of cool in moments because it can kind of make it a bigger moment than just like the individuals that are on the stage,
right?
Which is cool.
Yeah, which is so cool for a venue of that size. Like I've never actually gone to a stadium and seen a band because I feel like the sound is gonna suck and you're not gonna be able to see anything.
That's one thing I was thinking about. I was like, I wonder how's the sound in there. Like I wonder how U2 sounded. Like, I mean, the video they sounded great, but like
Yeah.
live, like how how those instruments come in.
I think we need to take a field trip and report back.
Yeah.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. There was an interview. Did you guys see the interview with Zane Lowe and U2 recently?
Nah, I haven't. No.
It was like on the come up for them doing this show, and they were saying like the music, the way that the music travels in the sphere is better than any arena. Like acoustically, they were like, yeah, the way the arenas are set up, and a lot of these music venues are not like built with sound at like the forefront of the design, and the sphere was. So
that's awesome, man.
That could be pretty interesting.
They're probably using some kind of like acoustic AI technology. I'm sure. Like I'm looking at a pair of Genelec speakers right now that has like this whole system where it, like you like set up this microphone in your room, it reads the whole room, and then it tunes all the speakers up and like compensates for like delay time and reflections and all that. So I'm sure they're utilizing that kind of thing. Yeah.
So especially like a lot of these venues are so old, you know, they're so old, and it's probably so expensive too to like revamp the whole PA and sound system at this point, you know?
Right. And they're probably afraid to too, because
exactly,
it's like part of the magic and the history and
exactly
signatures on the walls and stuff.
So to like open up a new venue these days with the new technology is probably grand, dude. Grand.
Yeah.
100%.
You guys listen to any new music lately? Any new releases on your radar from last month? Or
I know that Drake just dropped a new single today. I know his album comes out tonight. I was listening to the single today. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. It sounds like, you know, old rap Drake. So yeah, it's pretty cool to hear him in this element again.
Yeah. Does that song like excite you about the album, or are you kind of like,
I'm excited. I'm excited because if that's like the first track that you chose to release, I'm like, okay, is this gonna be like a rap album? You know, like so now I'm like, okay, I'm excited to listen.
Yeah.
Nice,
Drake always puts some good stuff out.
Yeah, so let's see.
Yeah.
How about you, Alec?
Not too much. I mean, there's this band called Tesseract that I've been listening to for a couple of years now. They're like kind of like a metal gent band. I'm actually seeing them later this month, but yeah, I'm liking the album a lot. It's called War of Being. So maybe I'll send through a couple songs to you guys. Yeah, but
what's the band called? Tesseract.
Tesseract.
Cool.
Yeah, with a T at the end. Yeah. How about you, Ty?
Yeah, I've been digging this Patchy Man album mostly that came out a couple days ago. It's just been on like constant repeat here. Patchy Man is a dub artist from LA, kind of like a reggae style. Just like really cool grooves, like not really complete songs, more just like nice grooves with changes and good to just throw on and vibe to.
Yeah. Does he like produce the music, or does he what's his like part in it? Like, is he playing instruments? Is he putting together different parts of different songs? Externally?
Yeah, I know. It's a good question. From what I gather from like seeing him on Instagram, he does everything. And he's got like a little like DIY studio setup that looks like it's like an extra bedroom in his house or like a basement. I think it's like Studio 888 or something. I'm not sure, but dude, he does everything. Like plays the drums, does the keys. It's like all like tape machines, analog guitars, old synth machines. Yeah, so there's a lot of good music coming out of LA right now. Another band that I'm really excited about is La Lome, which I've probably told you guys about before. But they came out with a new album, I think like mid last month. It's cool. It's got like a cumbia meets like 60s soul kind of twangy guitar rock. Another like old. Been digging these like throwback vibes lately.
That's awesome. I mean, it's such a good vibe, man. Like, I'm also kind of like, because I really like La Lome. I still got to dig into Patchy Man, but I've been really digging Arc du Soleil, which is kind of like a Krangman-esque vibe. Yeah, their music has been on repeat for me too, and it's like such a nice way to start the day. It's honestly like that kind of music is such a good backing soundtrack to really anything you're doing.
Right.
It's like it's just such a vibe. Whereas other types of music, like even like metal or like any other kinds, that you kind of need to be in the mood for it. At least I do. You know, like I can't just have metal on 24 hours a day. Like I can have like Arc du Soleil, you know, or like Apache Man, or I think you could do Drake every day, all day, right?
Yeah. These albums that can become a soundtrack to your life are so dope. you know. I feel like when I don't have one of those, something's missing. I don't even quite know it, and then I discover like a new album that is like on constant repeat, and life is just better.
Yeah, man. I was on TikTok the other day, and I heard some new Kanye that he's working on. So it's like some new music that he's been working on. I think I sent it to you, Quez. And it got me into just the Kanye vibe again. So I've been going back through Donda again. I'm like, damn, like, I don't know why I always overlook his shit. You know, I'll like listen to it for a little bit and then I'll put it down. Every time I go back though to listen to his older stuff or like previous releases, I'm always like more blown away than initially. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all the media like sinking into my brain when I'm listening to his music.
Nah,
you know?
Facts.
I don't know what it is, but
that's facts. I was just listening to fucking Good Life by Kanye and T-Pain. Such a great song. Such a great song. Dude. Like just overall from front to back.
100%.
And put together. Sick.
Yeah. I think he might be. I was thinking about this the other day. Like if I look back for like a top 3 hip hop artists of all time, he would be top 3 for me. I think. I don't know where on that list in the 3 he would be. Probably 3, but yeah, I mean, for my list, he'd definitely be up there.
Oh yeah.
So how do you guys discover music? I'm like, since, you know, we're talking about new releases and like kind of always on the hunt for new music. And it's just life's so much better when you have something good on repeat. It's like, how do you find that? Is it Spotify? Is it blogs? Are you on like group threads?
I mean, usually I feel like it's friends like sharing music, like, you know, like us. We share kind of music from time to time. I mean, I got other friends that, you know, we just constantly text each other like new songs or like, I'm feeling this right now, I'm feeling that. Like Guy, he has sent me the whole Little Yachty album when it first came out. Let's Start Here. And I'm still stuck with that album since. And it's been 3 months now, 4 months. So it's just like, you know, it's like kind of word of mouth situation. Because I really, me personally, I feel like I'm not really on blogs like that. And I'm not on Instagram searching for music in the first place. So it's just mostly like word of mouth kind of thing.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, it's the same here. Like probably word of mouth, and then sometimes on Spotify playlists, like there'll be an artist that like catches my ear and I'll follow them, and then I'll just go down their whole discography. Or like there's this website that I've been kind of going to for the last 15 years.
So I feel like it's hard.
Music.com. And they have really awesome community generated album reviews. They even have like a best new music tab, which you can go to, and they're usually always really spot on. So that's like a good way to learn about albums, and then Pitchfork too. Yeah. So those would be like my top 3 or 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't checked out blogs in a while. Usually for me, it's just, same as Quez, like word of mouth, you know, like people who I respect, you know, give me recommendations, and, you know, don't feel like it's going to be a waste of time to throw on or anything. Or like Spotify radio, of course, is a good one. I feel like there's like definitely, I don't know, like I want more sources.
Right.
I feel like Spotify it just makes it like too easy almost, you know. So you're like getting what Spotify is curating for you when there's like so much good stuff out there. So yeah,
it's tough. And I think too, especially now, because like so many people, there's so many artists now out there that are releasing music every day, and a lot of them are just singles, and it's like I've been trying to go back to listening to albums from like the first song to the last, and just digesting an album before having an opinion on the artist. Because it's so easy. I catch myself like 15 seconds into a single, I'm already in my head like judging it a little bit. I'm getting a little judgy. And I'm like, I kind of hate that, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to be more focused on like listening to an album as an album instead of just piecemealing singles together.
Yeah.
Which is common on Spotify, you know?
Right.
So
just finding albums in general, like music these days, it's not like back in the day where like you know, we had blogs and you go on a blog and all these artists would be just on a line, you know, as you scroll up and down, it's like new music, and you just be clicking away. Now it's just like, if you're not heavy into like the Instagram music culture kind of thing, then you kind of like lose track of what came out and what didn't come out. Or if you're not like on Spotify like that, you know, because I feel like Apple Music don't kind of do that as much as Spotify. But
yeah, you're an Apple Music guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on Spotify at all? Or are you just
horny,
straight Apple Music?
I stopped it.
You stop Spotify?
Yeah, I feel like I just like naturally was just like gravitating to Apple more and more and more. So I was just like,
You're horny for Apple Music.
dude, always turns me on.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, it takes time to go through an album too.
Right.
You know, it's easier to go to an artist profile and be like, oh, this is their like their top tracks. It's probably their best tracks.
Right.
But you miss the little gems and the connective tissue on an album. That's like, you know, very intentional. Like the little interludes that we put on our album, that's not going to be in like our top 10, or maybe for us because we don't have that many songs out. But like I've been loving this exercise of reviewing these albums we've been doing, because honestly, like I haven't been listening to albums straight through a lot lately. You know, especially artists that like I've kind of written off, or like, you know, don't listen to that much. And like there's so many like little moments that I know I've missed over the years. So
it's also like about where you at in life too, right? You know, sometimes I feel like certain times like it feels like listening to an album is a commitment that you're making to like really give all your attention to this thing that you might not like at the end of it, or you might love it. Who knows? But it's like you kind of just leaving it up to the universe, and you just like honing down and taking your time. Sometimes it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. You know, I feel like, you know, we all have kind of busy lives. Sometimes it's kind of hard to just like hone in and really pay attention to a project these days.
Right. No, totally. Like active listening to where you can form an opinion about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what when listening to the new James Blake album.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I thought it was very interesting. I haven't finished it. Very, very interesting. I mean, I've always been a James Blake kind of fan. I love his voice. His voice is amazing. But I feel like just the instrumental in this album was kind of interesting to me, and I wasn't being grabbed to continue to listen. It was hard for me to move on to the next song. You know, I wasn't excited to like hear the next track, but I did come across some like one or two songs that I was like, oh, these are fire.
Which ones?
He's Been Wonderful and Fall Back.
Yo, Fall Back is awesome.
Fall Back is sick.
Fall Back is cool.
The change in that song.
Yeah, dude. But I think I got to where I want to know. I want you to know. And,
okay.
That's like the furthest I got.
That was a cool one too.
That was a pretty cool song. Yeah.
The one after that, Night Sky, was a pretty interesting vibe. I thought that was like his vibiest one on like a first listen.
Yeah.
But I share the same sentiment, Quez. Like I feel like I've always really respected his artistry. Like the sounds that he chooses, it's almost like textile. Like you can kind of feel it.
Yeah.
Some of the samples that he uses and the instruments and stuff, but his stuff never really I could never really connect with it. It never really fully landed. And I was stoked after the first. I was listening to the album in the car, and off the first song, I was really excited to listen.
Dude, the first song is great.
It's almost like he punked us a little bit, because I was so ready to listen to this album. I felt so good. Yeah. Track 2 hits. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, I mean, and all of it is interesting. Like, it's definitely warranted like multiple listens. But
yeah,
I feel like he was just like he was like, this is what you guys want me to do, and this is what I'm not going to do for the rest of the album.
He just couldn't help himself.
Yeah.
No.
So,
man, yeah.
That's my.
Yeah. I feel the same about especially the first song, because I saw that this album came out, and I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan of James Blake, and I respect him a lot as a producer and a singer. So I saw that he released a new album, so I put it on the docket to talk about without listening to it, and I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to bring it up. But then after that first song, I was like, yes, we need to review this album. And then I started going through it. I was like,
no, we don't need to review this album.
We'll just leave it at, go listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the standouts were Asking to Break, the first one, Fall Back. And then If You Can Hear Me, which is track 10. I don't think you got there, Quez, but it's like a really just like beautiful song. I don't know. It felt like very experimental, felt like walking through a museum and just kind of, I don't know, checking out. Like it felt like high society art in a way to me,
100%.
where it's like, oh, I think that's cool, and like, oh, I don't even understand what's going on there. I don't know. I feel like there were so many moments where I was like, oh, that's tasty, and then it would change into something that was just kind of like his last few records, which I feel similarly about.
As to this album.
Yeah. I mean, I really became a fan of his with Overgrown. This album in 2013.
Okay.
I think it came out in 2013, but dude, that song is so good.
Let's see, what else do I have
Grammy
to talk
nominated or won a Grammy for it. But yeah, man, like I still have so much respect for James Blake, and I will listen to everything he releases. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be on repeat for me. Besides a couple tracks.
Yeah. Right. I was like, I was curious too, like connective tissue, because you said too, it's like piecemealing songs together with really tasty like parts of songs and kind of putting it together in a really unique way. But it's like maybe I just didn't hear it on the first listen, but I was looking for like, what is he trying to like say in these songs, like other than just approaching it from a really interesting like instrumental standpoint. I mean, because even some of the lyrics I didn't really understand, kind of like a Frank Ocean style, where it's like,
right, what are you talking about?
What you say? What are you talking about?
Yeah. But I get it, dude. I get it, because like I also feel like it's okay for album, you know, like I feel like sometimes you don't need multiple listens for an album or a song to grab you. Like, you know, sometimes you know what you like, and you know what kind of sounds you gravitate to, and there's songs that you're like, oh no, this is it. This is it. So I feel like when I don't feel that with certain albums or songs, I don't fight it. I'm like, cool, like it ain't for me.
That's a great point. Yeah, it's not for you, and it's like that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Great piece. I'm not gonna destroy it. It's a great piece of art, but not for
100% agree.
Host us, dude.
Hostess is doing the mostest over here. Yeah. So did you guys check out the Radioooo app?
Yeah, I did.
Just for the listeners, this is another cool music discovery tool. It's basically an app that you can pull up, and you see like a picture, like a map of the entire world, and you can click on different countries, and then you can click on different decades within those different countries and listen to music that was happening during that time period. So they call it the musical time machine, which is like a pretty accurate description of it. And I was using it a little bit, and I thought it was pretty cool, but I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it. I don't know, Quez, if you want to go first, you check it out.
Yeah, I checked it out. It's pretty cool, dude. I definitely want to get deeper in it. I was on it a couple of days ago, and I was like just playing around, and I was playing around with it. Kind of amazed by it in a way. Like, dude, this is crazy. Like the way you can just like, you know, navigate throughout the world, and I you know,
you go anywhere,
right? You can just, where am I feeling today? You know, like, I'm going to Rome. See what people was listening to there. You know, like, like it's super cool, dude. It's super cool. It's like I definitely want to get more into it, and I feel like I got the basic features too, because I'm not paying for it yet. So I'm interested to see if you pay for it, what other features you get.
Right, because it limits you to like one track per decade per country in the free version, right? And I think you can't, like, you play, it's like a radio, and you can't skip the song unless you pay for it. So yeah, I'd be curious to upgrade and see what that feature is like too. Yeah. I was listening to Korean disco in the 80s, which is kind of cool.
Oh, sweet.
How about you, Alec?
Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. Also have the basic one, but I like that you could go to 2070. I was scared.
Wait, I didn't realize that you can go in the future.
If you slide to at least on the one that I have on the basic one, you can go to 2070, and it's a weird sound. Like you gotta, it's almost like James Blake on steroids.
Who's making music for 2070?
The AI. Yeah, aliens.
That's crazy.
After the podcast, you should listen to the 2070 one.
Yeah, maybe it'll inspire some music.
Yeah.
Imagine like you know, it'd be a good video concept, like some way tying it up and like going into like these years, and as you click in on a fucking year, you like you're dressed like that year in a way. I was like looking through it, I was like, fucking 1930. I can imagine I fucking look down and I have a fucking straw in my mouth from a fucking leaf and, bell bottom pants or like a fucking afro in the 80s.
A leaf.
I click in the 80s or some shit. Like, it'll be super interesting, super cool.
You're like in a saloon.
Right.
Your horse is outside.
Outside, right.
That's a good idea. Yo, speaking of fits and looks and fashion, actually, Quez, I wanted to ask you, man, I've been loving these little Instagram videos that you put out, with your fits, man. And they're just like inspiring. I have, fashion for me is a t-shirt, shorts, and a hat. So
nice.
I'm just like,
that's fashion,
need the advice, I was talking to a friend recently who was like, these like fit videos kind of annoy me. They feel like just like they're doing a little bit too much sometimes. But he's like, but I see Quez's videos and I'm like, I don't feel that at all. I'm like super stoked and inspired, and it always like makes you want to dress better. So,
oh man, thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah, so like somehow you're doing it right, man. So
that's
like,
good to hear,
dude. Give us and the audience some fashion tips.
Oh,
if you had like 5 fashion tips, what would they be?
One is definitely be yourself, but don't be afraid to experiment. Learn what looks good on your body. I feel like it's a big one. Like understanding your body and understanding proportions and how your body looks and things, and have fun with it. I feel like sometimes people take it so serious, and it's like, it's clothes. You take it off at the end of the day anyway, and it doesn't define who you really are, really. Like if you're interested in something, like just try it out. If you don't like it, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like people take it too serious, especially these days. I feel like people try to use it to create this character that sometimes they have a hard time translating. But I feel like if you know who you are and you're comfortable with yourself, and that energy would exude itself, and whatever you wear, it's just like kind of like people gravitate to that and like will grow on you, and you become more comfortable so you can wear it better in a sense.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I love that advice. Cool. Like not taking it too seriously. Doesn't have to be this like big weight on it.
Yeah.
When you try something out, you're not going to step out of the house and have to worry about like what's going to happen to you.
Right. Hey, you never know. You might get so much good compliments and so much good attention that you're like, oh shit, I didn't know I can do this. Or, And I also see it as like a way of being creative. Putting these outfits together. It could be a very creative process, just like trying different colors, different shapes, different threads and fabrics. And, it's like, oh, this is a creative process at this point. It's not just you throwing a t-shirt and some pants.
So it kind of uses the same brain space as other artistic ventures you have.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I feel like it keeps me creative in a sense. Yeah, it's like another realm of like, it's another way of being creative, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, can these pants fit this shirt? Maybe it can. Let's try it out. The shirt is too short for these pants. Let's try this one. And it's like, I don't know, you just pairing colors and shapes to the point where like, oh, this is it. This makes me feel great. So,
Is there anything you're kind of eyeing recently, like as far as like direction of your clothes or what you're putting together? Like, has anything changed recently, or is it like,
dude? Yeah. I've been. It's funny. I was talking about it recently with Audra, and I used to wear. You know how you wear big ass shirts and triple X's, and 4XL shirts. I feel like now I'm gravitating to my size shirts, actually, like tight shirts, not tight, but smaller shirts, and I like the big bottoms, tight shirt kind of feel. So I've been gravitating to that a lot lately. Yeah.
Dang,
dude.
No, so like medium large,
huh? Like medium large, yeah, dude.
Damn.
So we're not gonna have to put that double XL order in our graffiti shirts anymore.
Nah, that's it. Let's wrap those up.
So it's you're done cold turkey.
No, I still got them. I still wear them. I got one on right now, but there's days where I'm like, I want to wear this tight shirt today with these big pants and big boots.
Dude, I got big pants I was telling Tyler I got big pants.
Yeah, tell the story.
Sunji had a wanted to go to Madewell, you know that company that does like jeans and shit. They were doing like a discount on jeans, and we went over there, and I was like, I want to get some cool pants, and I got these super fucking wide pants.
Ooh,
like I'm talking about like this wide down the legs.
Fire.
And in the dressing room, I was like, okay, like maybe this is my look, you know, like maybe I'm gonna venture out this year or something. And I got them, and then I go back home and I put them on and walk around the apartment. I was like, I look like a paper boy from like the 1950s. I'm like, that doesn't match the rest of my wardrobe. Right. So it just looks out of place. Like there's no way that I could rock that. So I returned it, but it got me thinking how important, if you get like a crazy piece of clothing like that, you need to have like balance. Or it just looks completely out of place.
I feel like that inspires you to be like, oh, let me get a t-shirt that fits with this.
True.
And then you start to like branch around that area a little more and around that realm. And next thing you know, you just wearing something different now. And you feel good about yourself. So because, you know, either you feel good in it or you're proud of yourself, or I don't know, dressing is tricky and it's fun at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a way to express yourself.
True.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool, dude, that you just like, you know, stepped out of your comfort zone and bought some big pants just for that.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
Bought some big pants.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Damn,
I tried it.
I wish you would have sent a picture, dude.
I should have, man. Next risky purchase, I'll send you a pic.
That reminds me of this meme that I saw the other day of like this little kid who like rearranged his room, and it's like new room, new me. I'm like, dude, I remember that feeling when I was a kid, rearranging your room, and being like, dude, it's the start of a new chapter.
Even now, as a whole grown up, you move your bed to one side of the wall, and you're like, this is it. Good energy, good vibes. Dude.
Yep.
100%.
I can't wait to tell someone about this.
Right.
All right. So while we're on the topic of advice, I want to turn to Alec and ask him about tattoo advice, because we all have tattoos, but none of us quite have tattoos on the level of Alec. Alec, I feel like you've got, like, you've taken the time and the energy to research like really like dope tattoo artists, dope designs. So I just feel like I'm like, full disclosure, I'm looking to get an arm piece right now. So
sweet.
This is actually like advice that I want to hear about. How do you find good tattoo artists, and what do you look for? I think people would be curious to hear.
Yeah. I mean, first off, what are you looking for? Or do you have an idea for your arm?
Yeah, I'm looking for, I think I told you guys this before, but I'm looking to get 2 koi fish, like the front pocket of our graffiti shirt on my shoulder. But I think that it's going to look a little naked by itself. So I'd love to get it like filled out behind. And I'm not really sure what that is, but I would love to find an artist to collab with that process on. But I don't really know how it works. Like, I don't know if I should come with an idea, or if there are certain artists that you can just basically say what I just told you guys, and they're like, dude, I got you, you know? And like where I'd even start looking for an artist like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, dude, especially where you're at in Oakland, in San Francisco, you have so many good artists out there and so many shops. I feel like that's where I don't know. I feel like over the years, I've just followed shops, and then from there, looking at what they post on their Instagram, and like any art that resonates with me, and then I go to that artist, and then I just start following them. So it's kind of like on my Instagram thread, like every so often, I'll just kind of keep getting tattoo posts, you know, and then the more you look at it, the more it's like in front of your face, the more you're kind of just like, okay, I like this style, or maybe I don't like this style, or I like this style, but this guy doesn't have like the straightest lines, or the greatest of shading, or like the placement's kind of weird. And then you just start kind of like knowing kind of what to look for, just because it's in front of your face so much, you know. But like some artists are super technical if you want something, you know, really on like a fine line level of detail, like a Scott Campbell, or there's like ones that are just have a vibe that aren't like technically sound, but they just have their own unique style. And I think that's the other thing that I look for, is like tattoo artists that have developed something that is uniquely them. Like you can look at their page or their portfolio and be like, this is where they totally leaned into and mastered. Like in the space of like fish, I would go to someone like a Japanese style artist that does really killer koi fish, you know, and just start going down that rabbit hole.
It's almost better to like seek out a tattoo artist that has like a real niche that they do well than try to find someone who's good at every style.
Yeah,
or doesn't really have a style, but it's just good. Or
yeah. I mean, you could do that too. If you go to a good artist, you want to kind of give them kind of an idea of what you want, but you want to kind of let them run with it, because you don't want them to like, you don't want to go back and forth for hours about like little details, and then it's just like a weird experience. Like you go to them because they're an expert, and then you're like, this is what I want. They draft up a couple ideas, maybe like 1 or 2 back and forths, and that's it, and then they're ready to go. Yeah,
it sounds like going to a really good mixer for music, kind of, right?
Totally.
Want them to put their stamp on it, kind of implement their ideas. You're going to them for a reason.
Yeah.
So you don't want to nitpick it too much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. That's good advice. Yeah, to kind of find a couple shops, a couple artists, and then let the Instagram algorithms just kind of start feeding you stuff.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of SF, I went to Seventh Son, which is in SF. It's a tattoo shop.
Seventh Son. Okay.
Seventh Son. So
Seventh Sons.
Yeah. They have a couple Japanese style artists there. It could be cool. Yeah.
Which one did you get there?
I got my Tiger shaded.
Oh, nice. There. Yeah. That's a great one.
He works there now. So cool. Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
Victor Webster. He could actually be pretty cool for fish as well.
Yeah, man. No, that's great advice. Because I know like a lot of times these guys have long wait periods too. So if it's someone local,
right,
that'd be great.
It's really dope.
Yeah.
Pop over if he has an opening or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
Tattoos, man.
Sweet.
You getting anything, Quez?
I've been thinking about it, dude. I've been itching. I've been like, for my birthday next year, like either a tattoo or like a watch. I've been into like watches lately.
Dude, I've been kind of
great options.
Wanting to search for a watch too.
Dude,
how's your watch journey been?
Very expensive.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a journey that I can see being a hobby that I can see being very expensive, you know?
Yeah.
But it's really cool, dude. It's like, I don't know, it feels like you're maturing a little bit. I've seen like a couple, like, you know, good starting brand, like Seiko is a good starting one for a couple $100.
Seikos.
Yeah. Seikos are cool.
When is it? Next year, April? Those are a little more pricier, but
Citizen. You can get some ones for like kind of cheap.
Does Gucci make a watch?
Yeah, they do. I've been looking at. Yeah, they make good watches too. I've been looking at Gucci watches as well.
Nice.
What do they run?
Not too much, like $2,000.
$2,000.
Yeah, 1,800. Between like for a good one, between like 14 to $2,000. Yeah, but I mean, they're good watches. They last a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Still want those Gucci slippers.
Hey, man. Let's do it, man.
My beat making slippers. Dude. Let's go.
Every day I walk to my mailbox and say, is this the day? And I'm disappointed every day.
Is this the day?
I open up with such excitement and fuck.
Dude, how are you going to celebrate when they arrive one day and surprise you?
Dude, I'm going to scream really loud. Fuck yeah!
Wake the whole block up.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm going to run back.
Okay?
I'm gonna run back and be like, Sanji, they fucking came.
Clear your schedule and watch me put them on. Alec's going to be the new wax on Instagram. Yo, look at the drip today.
Dude, look at the drippy. Dude, for the next graffiti trip, I mean, we're coming up on 10 years as a band. I think it's in 2024 at some point. Yeah.
Yo, that would take our cabin, our little getaway trips to another level. Just like have our Gucci slippers all lined up. Dude. Every time we walk into the studio, we put them on.
Hell yeah.
It sounds smooth.
We got to do it. We got to do it.
All right.
Because I think Let It Go came out in 2016, but we were a band before that, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
20
first
Yeah.
show was with Quez 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was that
Yeah.
2015?
I think it was 2015.
Oh, was it 2015?
Quez's backup band.
2015, yeah, drum.
Pulling
baby.
out the DJ setup from the wall.
Oh man,
Dude, what a
time!
Dude, I would love to relive that moment.
Oh, dude.
We should do a whole episode where we just tell like band stories.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking
we
dope.
should.
'Cause we got some good ones.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean,
that'd be
we're
a cool
already-
after hours one
Yeah,
when we're just
yeah.
drinking and shooting the shit.
Yeah, let's do that.
dude.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do like an after hours one after radio comes out.
Yes.
Yeah,
For
I'd
sure.
be super down.
Mm-hmm.
Just like vibe to the song.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe talk about some of the moments making it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coming out on the 13th.
13th
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey to get this one out.
Tell me about it.
Shout out
Yeah.
to all the supporters along the way. Everyone that
Mhm.
was pushing to get that thing resurrected from the dead.
Seriously. I still think
Yeah.
that's coming out.
Yeah.
Really just one person, kind of. I mean, a couple big pushes, but one that just
Mhm.
pushed a little bit more than others.
Very pushy.
Very pushy. And now
the
it's coming
the
out.
push worked.
The push worked.
Yeah.
Push worked. Moral of the story, don't be afraid to push.
Yeah. If you think you're done pushing, push a little harder.
Push a little harder.
Graffiti Royale's
Okay.
pushy guide to life.
Yeah. Dude, we should actually change the name. That's great.
Push a guy to life.
Push it down to life.
Oh man. Well, on that note, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. It's great talking to you guys.
Thank you guys, man.
You guys too.
Always
Thanks, guys.
Till next time.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Later. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Just a reminder that you can follow us on all social media platforms and streaming services. Just search for our band's name, Graffiti Royale. Our theme song for this podcast is called Let It Go by us. And this episode was mixed by Jeremy Scott. Till next time.